Get ready, here we go.
Tell me, what was it like when we rolling?
Yeah, always.
Marshall with 2 L's, you know.
Are we rolling? Who's talking to me here? So 1, 2, 3, 4. He straddled that old Harley, he kicked her in the side, shaking like a demon. The engine came to life, taking up more highway than he needed at the time. He took her to the limit to satisfy his mind. On the other side of Boston, on the turnpike leaving town, a young man in a semi take a west coast turn around. He emptied out Frisco, loaded from LA. He fell asleep coming home near Allentown, PA.
To be able to come up with those lyrics and put it to that music, and so that's all this is about. Is this you?
I have to reveal I stole the lyrics from Homer.
Oh, did you?
Okay, I'm just going to say something and get this thing started. Brian, I want you here too. Where are you going
I
to?
really like this statue. I want it. I think I'm taking it
It
home.
was a life. You know, when I had life drawing, I took it from the studio. What would happen? We would happen to stay at an Airbnb. We would happen to be next door to you, Bobby Altman. I would happen to say hi to you, and we started talking about something that we have in common.
Well, they did a podcast with me, and then they found out some things about me, and then I found out some things about them, and then we found out we could work together and maybe create some things.
Yeah.
And I had a good excuse to come to Louisville, even though we're in Indiana, and
Well, we're
to
close.
see my friend Danny, who I've known since I was under 20 years old, and he's a brother to me. He's family. It had to be, and here we are, you know. And we had a great day today because we got to hear you guys play your music, and we get to hear Danny play a couple songs. And my favorite part of the whole thing is I love you guys, so I get to know you more. I've been lucky enough to be with Brian and Lisa for the last 3 days, and now I get to spend a whole afternoon with you two, and I love you guys, and
Thank
you know I love you.
And we get to meet Danny. So
Yeah,
look,
and I wanted you guys to meet as well.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
You just never know. You got to tell both our listeners what your background is. If you maybe both of you should say that, but let's start with Bob.
Oh, I see. I am a cinematographer from Los Angeles, and I grew up in a family of filmmakers. My father was Robert Altman, who made iconic Americana movies, over 33 of them. I worked on 17 of them. That's where I first worked with Danny. Danny worked with my father on several movies, and also wrote songs for him. Wake Me Up Early, right? That one. Yeah.
Wake me up early, don't let me sleep too late. Wake me up early, don't let me sleep too late.
Yeah, he and I had a hit record together.
8?
He and Robert Altman, his father, and I wrote wrote a song. We had a #1 record on it. Yeah. So, and also Robert Altman was my manager.
They wrote a hit song together. And who played it?
I'd already had a couple hits, and I was in my office in Nashville in what used to be called the UA Tower on 16th Avenue South. And I looked out the window. I'm a former truck driver, and I mean that was the only skill I had.
Well, not the only skill.
Right.
Well, I'm a
So I got there and this ranchero pulled up out there, and I was hot then. This was the hottest company in America. We had everybody from Olivia Newton-John to, Charlie Rich and Jones. I mean, we had the whole deal. We were the guys. So people weren't there to see me. They were there to see the guy I worked for. But the guy I worked for wisely kept himself in New York, and I was the buffer because I didn't know anything. So, which is why he hired me. He needed somebody that didn't know anything, and I
Sure. And you filled the bill?
I filled the bill.
Because
There were just tons of people coming up there because our place was busy. So they showed up at the door, and this guy says, my name's John Anderson. So I heard the guy talking. I was in there trying to,
cool.
And so this guy comes in. The front of the ranchero, I think 5 or 6 people piled out of that ranchero in the front seat, and the hood was curled back over the windshield. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't resist it, and I stuck my head out my door, and I said, "What'd you hit?" He said, "A deer." Hit a deer. I said, "But we made it here, so we're good." And long story short, I took him down, signed to Warner Brothers. And at that time, a guy from England named Andy Wickham was running Warner Brothers. So we got John a label. And he got with another fellow named Lionel Delmore, the son of the Delmore brothers. And they wrote Swingin'.
Just the swinging.
There's a little girl in our neighborhood. Her name is Charlotte Johnson, and she's really looking good.
With anything you write or create or play, you have a limited amount of time to, and for lack of a better word, I don't have much of a vocabulary, but to perfect it. That's not a good word. But you have a limited amount of time to keep that energy up, that interest up, that kick in the pants you get looking over the steering wheel, that moment. In my experience, I've had a very limited time to pursue that and see what I can do with it. And then, so I was in LA working with Robert Altman. Did you work in Shortcuts?
Yes.
You did. So I was working there, and I told Waylon, "I'm gonna write you something." I was working with Waylon and Huey Lewis and them cats. And so I wrote the song while we were working. And but part of it was missing. Part of the song was missing, and I knew it was missing. I didn't want to show the song. You know how it is. So Robert Altman, who at the time was my manager and my friend and my mentor and everything he was.
Yeah.
And he was, had given me a phrase, said, "Wake me up early, be kind to my dog, and teach my children to pray." So I went to Bob and I told him what I was doing with that and everything, and so glued the song together and gave it to Waylon. Well, I met Waylon down at Beverly Hills. Is that Hilton down there on Sunset?
Yeah,
Wilshire. So Wilshire, yeah. So we go in there, and Waylon's got a Mexican blaster. I don't know if you remember those. It was about this wide, speakers. I mean, it was the size of your hand and shoulder. And we're in the lobby of the hotel, and he had his entourage with him, and including myself, we were all pretty ready for the night. And so, but one thing I have to say about Waylon over the years, he was always a gentleman and always happy to listen to whatever a writer might have. Just a real gentleman. So anyway, so I played for him, and that went okay and everything. And in that climate, it's been my experience that it's expected that no one commits to anything because of the unforeseen chain of events, So I knew he had it in his head. I knew he could dig it. And the song's called "Black Sheep of the Family." So I got John on the phone, and I thought, well, I want to double cover myself. That's kind of typical. You throw it where you can. I said, man, I got something here. I played it to it over, you know, just a regular old telephone. That's what we had. And then overnighted it to him, a cassette, you know. So he cut it. We had a hit. Kind of defines part of the relationship with Robert Altman. And working with him on other music and stuff, and always gave me and everybody else plenty of latitude to destroy yourself or be creative, you know, whatever you wanted to do. But
It's true.
so that's it.
They like to get together and talk about all the things they've got, but they never mention me. I'm the black sheep of the family. Yeah, I drive me a big old semi-truck. I'm making payments on a two-room shack. My wife, she waits on tables, and at night she rubs my back. And I tell her what my papa said to my mama when he got off a highball train. Wake me up early, be good to my dogs, and teach my children to pray. I'm saying, woman, wake me up early, be good to my dogs, and teach my children to pray.
I want to thank you
Oh yeah.
because your time and your
I enjoyed it.
ability to share with me, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's going to be interesting to see how we can all work together.
We're working together right now.
Yeah.
What it makes, the reason I feel that we were all brought together is we're all teachers. Hi. We're all teachers, and I just watched you two teach each other stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here learning all kinds of stuff too. And by the
Way up in northern Michigan, near the Iron Mountain Mine, a pretty little girl waiting for the bus, gonna leave this all behind. The driver said, now New York town, she quickly climbed aboard. This child leaving home don't know what she is headed for. On the other side of midnight, a quarter after 3, a young girl waiting tables down in Bowling Green. When the headlights of a big car with California plates offer her a ticket out to the Golden State. And the painted line between the sign touched the youngest heart. Their goodbye filled with anger, they leave to make their mark, leaving behind the one they love, leaving the ones they hate. City limit sign behind, they make the great escape.
By the way, you're a good writer.
Kind of you to say.
No, I'm not kind. I'm pretty cold.
Well-
I'll tell the guy straight up.
Okay.
You're a good
How
writer.
good? How good? No, wait, let's get back.
You're not that good.
Not that good.
You're a good writer. A guy told me that the other day. He said, "Well, I don't know." You know, he's laughing about it and everything. I said, "Well, I just gave the song to Willie. Don't make fun of yourself.
You ready?
Yes.
It's serious business, you know." And
Turn it up, let it flow. Bryan with a Y, Marshall with two L's, you know.